Yes, welcome back fellas. Daily Race A. Oh my god, it's not Race C. Well, that is correct. It is Tsukuba in a Porsche, can't remember which one. We have wanted to do some Daily Race A videos. Suzuka Short and Tsukuba are a couple of my favourite ones. I grinded out a lot of slow cars in the early days with the poor tyres, and I would recommend most of you blokes to try the same. Once you get used to some slippery tyres, some of the faster cars become really easy to drive. So we'll try and give a little bit of a lap guide. What we did, we ended up doing probably 60 to 70 kilometers worth. So we won't be stopping this video. I'll just try running through and letting you know how we go. Very short run down to turn 1 using the end of the cement. A moment of threshold braking before we turn in, and we're going to use the understeer of this the poor tyres to get us around the corner. Pick up the throttle early, but not wide open throttle until you know you're good to go. So just feel for that grip in the rear end. This car will swap ends if you jump on the juice too early. Wide open throttle using all the curbs. Keep it in a straight line as much as possible here, down into second. We overshoot the mark, but you want to start trail braking all the way to the apex. Come back for the curb and straighten the car up for the exit. Try to get on wide open throttle. Extremely tricky to do, just keep practicing. Now the slightest trail brake and turn in, let the car drift around to the apex, start picking up the throttle, that of the car will settle, then get back to wide open. So steering inputs have to be super gentle. If you turn the steering a touch too much, this car will oversteer on these left-handers. Get the car nice and straight again using that green stuff on the left, threshold braking down into second, trail your way around to the apex. We skid past it a little bit, come back and pick up a later one. On the throttle, maybe a touch too early there, had to put in an oversteer. And yeah, this is an extremely short and fast lap. You will get plenty of practice. I would suggest just keep pumping out the kilometers. Always worth learning how to drive a car with very little grip. So this is a trail braking section as well. No threshold, even though you see us get to threshold there. I think that was just an overpressure on the foot, wasn't trying to. Come down, hug the white line before the ripple strip starts, and then leave the ripple strip, leave that white line as the ripple strip ends. Super gentle on the throttle. You won't get wide open until the car is pretty much straight there, but keep adding a little percentage of throttle the whole way. So here it is in fast mode, bit of a late apex, straighten the car. You really want to get this car straight towards the end of the corners. Use the curb, keep the car straight under brakes, trail to the apex, get the car straight on the exit so you can start using some of that power. Light brake and turn in at the same time, let the car drift across to the apex, get it straight on the exit, hug the left hand side of the track, not too much turning in, otherwise it will spin out. Threshold, trail, later apex, try and get the car as straight as possible on the exit there so you can use all the power to pull yourself away, or push yourself away in the Porsche's case. Aggressive early but straight back to trail, try and get across to the white line before the curb starts. When the curb ends, leave the white line, start pushing, pick up open throttle once again as early as possible, but too early and you will loop ends in this car. So now for the onboard, we'll get to see a little bit of steering wheel work here. You can see that we are picking up throttle early, but we're not getting to wide open throttle until the car is straight. A lot of lock here. That's scrubbing the tyres a fair bit. We don't normally want to put that much lock in. You see the rear end start to move pretty quickly. This lap felt really smooth, but watching the replay, it's we are working the wheel a little bit, trying to always catch it. It It is a bit difficult to get used to the Porsche with the engine in the rear, but it is a good opportunity. Nice short lap, about 1 minute and 5 seconds, and the old sports hard means you will be soaring on that wheel a little bit and using all the green stuff on the exit. Now for a little bit of bumper cam for the bumper cam players, but that's about it for me. Let us know how you go. We will try and do a few more race A's, especially the ones I enjoy. Not so much Tokyo Central or anything like that, but all the nice little 1 minute tracks in a slow car on port tyres is definitely worth learning. Oh well, thanks for swinging by, and give it the old thumbs up and the subscribe if you're new here. Otherwise, I will catch you all next week. Peace.